Yo, what's going on YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and today we are taking a look at the Philadelphia Flyers as we have, again, more injury updates. It's been a rough season for the Flyers. Does that sound familiar? That's right, because it happened last year, and the year before that, and the year before that, sort of, right? So it's been a rough stretch for the Flyers over the last couple of years here under Chuck Fletcher. And I don't really know how things get better. Now, here's the problem. A really big injury update on Ryan Ellis has been given out. And when you look at some of these injuries, I mean, the Sean Couturier missing him for huge chunks of this season and last season definitely hurts. They lost Joel Farabee for a lot of the end of last year. Kevin Hayes. You know, it has been a rough system for them. Now, the good news is, they kind of brought in Tony DeAngelo with the expectation that Ellis wouldn't be playing much this year. And kind of looking back, good thing they did. Because now, according to Adam Kimmelman, I think that's his name. I think he's a Flyers reporter. He said the Ryan Ellis has officially been ruled out for the entirety of this full 2022-23 NHL season. So another year of Ryan Ellis not playing for the Broad Street Bullies. It's been a rough career for him in Philadelphia. And I know the Flyers fans have been pretty vocal with Ellis. On opening night, they were booing him when they announced his name there at Wells Fargo Arena. They've definitely had a lot of displeasure for him in Philly. The Flyers currently sit second last in the Eastern Conference's Metropolitan Division. It's been a rough stretch here for him. It's been injury after injury after injury. And you look at some of the core players being out. You know, Sean Couturier missing a lot of injuries. You know, he had a herniated disc in his back, and that is not an easy recovery. That's metal plates being in your back. That is not fun. Ryan Ellis, pelvis injury. He's out for the year. That's kind of the main point of this video. JVR, out with a finger injury. He was out for 6 weeks. He's expected to return somewhat soon because that was back in October. So maybe we're going to hear some updates on that relatively soon, but since then, he's been on the IR. Cam Atkinson's been out with an upper body injury. He's close to a return, but again, we don't necessarily know there. Wade Allison, Bobby Brink. The injuries have just piled up for the Flyers. And what's really frustrating with Ryan Ellis is, the package didn't really matter that much for the Flyers because it's, I guess the good news is he never really ended up being that good, which is Nolan Patrick, which was a big part of that trade. But it still hurts. Obviously losing Ryan Ellis for this much time, it's like, why did we even bother making that deal? And you look at now, this season and last year, he's only played 4 games with the Flyers, and it's just like, why is he here? He's gotten 5 points in those 4 games last year, but that's it. That's all we have seen of Ellis in a Flyers jersey for a couple games last year, playing with Rasmus Ristolainen. That's it. So, I don't know. I think the Flyers have to figure they kind of knew this was going to happen, and they just kind of kept it low-key, but this is bad news for the Flyers. And again, if things weren't already going bad for the Flyers, Gritty's brother will not be suiting up for the Flyers at all this season. Guys, that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again next time.